Welcome back to one of my favorite sports podcasts, Frizz and the Grizz, with your host Trudeau and my guy, Frizzy Frizz.
Hello and welcome back to Frizz and the Grizz. It's your boy Trudeau. Thank you for joining us live Monday, October 27th. You can catch us live on Twitch YouTube, Facebook. Check out that Twitch handle at dfrizzy_frizz5. Catch us next day on podcasts, Apple, Spotify, all those good places. Great show for you today. We're going to talk a lot of NFL. D has the surprise mystery segment for me that I have no idea what we're going to do. Lots of fun. Halloween is around the corner, and as you can tell, I'm a little festive. D got a good crack out of it. Ooh. But first,
Yeah.
what it do?
What to do, baby? At first, I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, it was for those that are not watching and they're listening, when everything's like loading up, you can see our screens at the bottom and you can see, basically our faces. His was like a blank X. And I was like, oh, maybe it's like a technical issue. Like maybe there's an internet issue. And then he just waits until the show goes live to be a floating head with a ghost Casper body. So good for you. Oh, is that Ghostbusters? Nobody wants to hear that right now.
Oh, you know what? I don't even have it hooked up to.
It's not. I wasn't gonna say anything, but it's fine.
It's not hooked up. That's good to know for later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I give you a little surprise? You were freaking out that I wasn't going to be here, huh?
No, I just was like, oh, something might happen. Like it might have been like an internet issue, which has happened to us before, so it wouldn't have surprised me.
Yeah. So how was your week, man?
Week was good. Week was very, very busy. We celebrated our Al's family does like a birthday brunch for basically everybody's birthday, so it was pretty cool. We had mine and my sister-in-law's this past weekend, so like cool little brunch, a couple mimosas, be just nice, relaxing, chill start the weekend because we had that on Saturday, and then Sunday we had obviously some football and kicking back, so I was pretty happy about that.
Nice. I didn't want to say something off the jump before we get into the sports stuff.
Yeah.
So I did see, this is like I think it's important to get off jump with this. I did see that there's going to be a lot of like food problems because of like SNAP running out at the end of the month. I would encourage you and listeners of the podcast to donate to a food pantry if you can over the next coming weeks, especially with Thanksgiving coming up. There's going to be a lot of people that have a hard time making ends meet, getting their needs taken care of. So it's a perfect time, especially with Thanksgiving coming up, to do something nice, pay it forward, find your local food pantry, donate what you can, help a family out, help someone in need out. So
love that. That. Great message.
Yeah. I was thinking about it for closing take, but that's at the end of the show. I want to make sure that I right off jump, like, let's do something nice for the people in your community, help out, be a good person.
Good stuff. Probably a quick one today, too. Honestly, a bunch of blowouts in the NFL. NBA's tipped off. There's a couple of really good games. NBC's been putting on a good product, but we're smack dab in the middle of football season, both college and the NFL. So let's get to it, huh?
I don't know if we're going to talk about this, but do you like the NBC, NBA on NBC
I do.
Presentation?
I do. Did you see the opening credits, like pre-show commercial they did? It brought me back. They had all the old legends, Reggie Miller, obviously, when he was with the Pacers, Ewing with the Knicks, Mourning with the Heat, Shaq, obviously, in his day, Kobe, like all the like 90s and like early 2000s legends when NBA on NBC was like a big thing. And obviously the classic music, dun, 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 like that brings you back. So, and I think NBC lucked out by the first two games going into double overtime too. Like you couldn't have asked for a better start to the NBA season.
Yeah, I thought the presentation was great. I was totally vibing. I loved the music. I did think the Michael Jordan thing was a little weak. They're like, we got MJ for special commentary, and it's just like, oh, it's just a pre-recorded clip of him talking about it.
I mean, he's not doing anything live, dog. You know that.
True.
A huge surprise, which I was like, I remember we talked about it, and I was kind of like upset at first, but like you were like, nah, it just means it's this. The whole TNT crew being on ESPN is a vibe. Like, I'm glad that like Ernie, Kenny, Shaq, and Barkley are all back in the halftime, I guess, breakdown and analysis of all the games. It's good to watch. I don't think they can curse as much as they did when they were on Turner Network Sports, but like they can at least be themselves still. So I don't think Barkley cares, but like Shaq and Kenny, you can see them like kind of like trying to get used to being on a different network.
Yeah, it's fun, man. And the only thing I would say is like I kind of hate the new NBA where I feel like everything's behind 40 different subscription services now. It
does suck.
It's getting a little ridiculous. The days of the league pass is as the big dog is kind of coming to an end. I will get into weekly recap now, which
Sure.
we haven't done for a very long time. I would just say, D, when I go into that segment, can you just check your mic? I think you banged something. You started coming a little fuzzy just now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. All right. I know it's been a while since the weekly recap, but I felt like this week really required it because there have been so many, I don't know, how would you say, like minor storylines throughout the week. So let's hit that.
Let's catch up on some of the sports headlines from the week. It's time for quick hits with my boy Trudeau.
All right, in the college football ranks, there are no major shakeups. All top 12 teams get a win, so nothing exciting there. No shakeups in college football, except for one major shakeup at a big university. LSU parting ways with head coach Brian Kelly. He departs after 4 years and a record of 34-14. NFL, winless no more. Jets, Jets. Jets get a nail-biting win over the Joe Flacco-led Bengals. Myles Garrett, career high, 5 sacks. One of the great ones, talented, wasted in Cleveland. He gets 5 sacks in a loss to the Patriots. NFL investigating the Ravens over injury reporting of Lamar Jackson. Interesting stuff there. In the NBA, big story of the week, gambling scandals left and right. Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones all go down to separate and unrelated gambling probes by the FBI. Strong showing by the rookies. First couple games, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, BJ Edgecombe, D's guy, Colin Knippel, and Cedric Cowherd put up great numbers in their first couple games. And finally, in the WNBA, Asia Wilson capping off her finals MVP run by taking home both the regular season MVP award and Defensive Player of the Year. And that is your weekly recap. D?
A lot of different sports. Yeah, this one's going to be definitely off the rails because usually we're going to talk about the NFL being a thing. But big shout out to Colin Knippel out in Charlotte. That Hornets team, I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but they're playing hard. Obviously being out here down in Raleigh, I'm able to see a little bit more of like the recaps when I'm watching like the news in the morning or something like that. And Colin Knippel's actually played pretty good. I think he dropped like 20. His most recent games was 20, 14, and 11, but like he's shooting like 70% from 3. And it's not off of like 2 per game. Like, first game he went 5 for 9, then he went 50% with 3 for 6, then he went 3 for 4, 75%. So like he's shooting pretty good. The transition from pro ball, from college ball to pro ball and having a 3-point shot, it's not as easy as everybody thinks. It's a little farther back. So it's good to see that he's bringing an extra step to that Hornets team.
Yeah, I mean, we knew the rookie draft class this year would be strong. I didn't realize how strong. Obviously, it was headlined by Cooper Flagg, who hasn't really had a great showing thus far, but he's 18 years old. They definitely need a point guard to help run things there in Dallas. I know they're trying to make him the pseudo point guard, but he just needs some conditioning and some time in the league to get that one figured out. But yeah, I mean, your guy, man, you were high on him before the draft. BJ Edgecombe. I will say this, like I do think while the numbers are great now, I think he will take a little step back when Paul George comes back. But now we can see the flash. Like this kid is not only doing it as far as putting points on the board, but his effort defensively, grabbing boards, getting assists. Really exciting player. I don't know what his height is, but
6'4".
like these stat lines are very Russell Westbrook-esque, which I know people want to clown on Westbrook, but like as far as his earlier career, like that dude cooked all around, and Edgecombe is showing some of that athleticism. I really like this rookie class. Did you want to talk about the betting scandal at all?
Yeah, because this is getting it's going to get bad. It's going to get bad because there's so many different platforms that people are getting caught from, whether it's online gambling. This was poker games. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like one specific situation. It's different gambling areas. And I think because there's so many different ways you can go about it with 3 different people, like the NBA is in some tight water right now. Adam Silva's got his hands kind of full with what he's got to try to protect with the shield.
I will say this with the gambling scandals, and I think I differ from the general public as far as opinions on this one. I think the legalized gambling right? Everyone's got access to it in their phone, the DraftKings, the FanDuels, whatever.
Mhm.
I think this is great for sports. And hear me out on this one. People are like, well, we're putting DraftKings ads, um, on the games, on commercials. ESPN Bet is all in the tickers. That's not what's causing the increased amount of people getting busted for gambling. What's causing people to get busted is now we can track this stuff. Dumbasses are betting Terry Rozier's on their FanDuel app, and FanDuel can flag that in a heartbeat and be like, this ain't right.
Right.
And people go down. Back in the day, right, we're talking about people gambling in person with slips at the casino, through shady bookies where you can't track that stuff and you can't figure out who's doing what.
Mhm.
So I think what we're seeing in the NBA and across sports in general is that there's going to be a big wave in the first couple years of gambling related incidents, right? And then this tone will be set very quickly, and players will learn like, shit, like we can't even try to do any of this stuff because it's going to get us kicked out of the league and we're going to lose our career.
As it should be. That, like, when it's like past players, Damon Jones, Chauncey Billups, still involved with staffing, coaching, so on and so forth, that's one thing. When it's existing players in the league playing on a specific night, and then you go back and look at replays of like games where he has like 7 turnovers and they look like he's never played basketball before, it just opens the eyes to be like, I hope this shady shit isn't starting to leak into the league for active players. So like that's where it becomes a problem. The old players and coaching staff, like, yeah, they can manipulate rotations, so on and so forth, to try to get bread. But like, if the players don't know about it, they're just going to go out there and hoop because they're usually playing for a contract. They're usually playing for recognition, all NBA, money's involved long term. But when it's your active players that are doing it, that's when it's like, ooh, Terry Rozier, like, you just got a max contract 2 years ago. It's not a good look at all. Not a good at all.
But you don't think this wasn't happening before?
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you on, because it's now seen everywhere. It can be tracked. There's no chance that it wasn't happening in the past. Like, I know. I'm actually not even going to go down that route of a specific
Her
play.
earliest incidents of this was over 100 years ago with the Chicago Black Sox. I don't know if you know the story of the Black Sox.
That was the
Like 1909.
Yep, for baseball, correct?
Yeah, they threw the World Series for the Mafia. So like it's been happening for hundreds, like not hundreds, but like 100 plus
for a very
years.
long time.
But now we're seeing people actually get held accountable and caught because of, we can trace this stuff. It's harder to hide now.
Yep.
So I'm pro it, and I just want to clear the record. Like, I feel like people weren't paying attention. Chauncey Billups was not actually fixing games. He was involved with legal poker with the Mafia, and then Damon Jones was involved with basically giving insider information about injury reports prior to them going out to the public.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that type of stuff, whatever. But Terry, not good. Not good at all.
Well, interesting enough, Malik Beasley is still without a contract, and he was caught up in some investigation. I don't think it's going to end well for him probably either.
Wasn't he not convicted, though? Was it him, or was it the person that was before?
I thought Terry was not convicted.
Terry was first.
And it came back that, oh no, he's getting the FBI coming down.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Anything else from the rundown?
No, you hit a couple. What you say?
LSU probably.
I mean, at some point we're going to talk about it. It was bound to happen. I think going into this game, I think I might have even said it last week. Like, hey, this is an important game for them. It's at home. A&M is number 3 in the country. Like, you have a chance to knock them off. If you're competitive, you're fine. You get your socks blown off, it's going to start to raise some eyebrows. Mid-second quarter, fans started leaving. Not only fans started leaving, like, they were chanting "Fire Brian Kelly." It's like, that's not good. Third quarter, they were showing signs of Kelly gotta go, but GEAUX. It's like, this is not good. Yeah, I was like, this is not good at all for him. And then fourth quarter, it's like a 70-point game. I'm like, he's gonna lose his job. This is the game that's gonna get him fired. And sure as shit, less than 48 hours later, he's out the door.
Yeah, the Jets definitely have been losing because of the Mafia influence. I'm with Matt on that one.
That's got to be the reason why. Although they did win. So maybe they were just, I guess, betting the overs on that one.
Of course, the week after I come out and flame Justin Fields, he
He
decides
goes out and has a hell of a game. Yeah,
how it
you're the
goes.
first person I thought of when he did that.
I know. Myles Garrett, I feel no sympathy for him. I saw him smashing his helmet against the bench during the game after they were showing the ticker about him getting the 5th sack, and he's smashing his helmet. I'm like, bro, you signed up for that. You took the bag. Like, it is what it is. It's a sad thing. Joe Thomas, career race wasted.
Yep.
Myles Garrett, career probably wasted.
A little foreshadowing there.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for the segment.
Yeah, R.I.P. Nick Mangold. We don't really go too much with unfortunate passing away, but that, from what I heard, was a very unfortunate situation for a New York Jets legend, and that being Nick Mangold.
Yeah, it was sad, man. I saw the week before he passed away, he was asking, he's like, Jets fans, like, can someone donate a kidney? And I'm like, oh, shit. And then a week later, it's just like, Mangold passed. I'm like, damn, that's sad. I mean, I said this and this is just last thing before I get to your segment. I said this in a group chat. I'm like, man, like, we're talking about Nick Mangold. And I was like, man, it just kind of makes you realize, how precious life is. You just take things for granted. Like, I'll see that person next week or next month, whatever. But like, I just cherish every moment, cherish your loved ones, because you never know when it's your time. So
100%.
it's a sad reminder that that life is not always guaranteed. So show love to your loved ones. All right. After that somber note, D, I'm excited. Do you want some music for your segment?
You got anything? I haven't really thought about like what you could play in the background.
I'll find
something.
I'll find. You want some funny herky jerky game show music?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, and then we'll segment into your segment.
All right. The mic is mine for the next 20, 25 minutes. Not really. We're still going to have Trudeau in here. So I was sitting, on the couch on Sunday, and you kind of like foreshadowed a few of them in your segment just now. And I was like, damn, would you rather be X or would you rather be Y? And I went down a rabbit hole of like, ooh, these are actually some really good ones. As like the day progressed with teams winning and losing, players, accomplishing certain things, and then I got a bonus one at the end, obviously. But let's kick this one off because you kind of just hinted at it.
Let's hit the music then.
The music. Okay, I like that. A little lower, but I like it. All right, so first one for you, Trudeau. This is NFL related. In my situation, I'm like, this guy's got some stats. This guy's got better, I would say, accomplishments career-wise. So, Mr. Trudeau, first question, would you rather have the career and be Myles Garrett, or would you rather have the career and be Nick Bosa?
I think that was an easy one, actually. I'm going Myles Garrett on that one.
Okay. What would be the reason why you choose Garrett over Bosa?
Yeah, I'd explain that one. So, as far as Super Bowls, 0 across the board, so I'm not getting a ring either way. What is it? NFL? It's horseshoes and hand grenade being close counts. NFL does not count. I think Garrett probably has a bigger bag over the career. I would think most people would think of the better pass rusher as Myles Garrett than Nick Bosa. Yeah, I think all around Myles Garrett. Garrett's a lock Hall of Famer. I guess Bosa's probably heading that way, but he's not a lock like Garrett.
No, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer by any means. Not right now. He's too injury prone. I was leaning Garrett to this. The reason why I said the difference between the two is because you were just talking about it. He's going to be a lifetime loser. It's cool to have the money. I'm not saying that you're not going to want that bread, for the rest of your life, generational wealth. But to load up in Cleveland week in and week out, knowing that you have absolutely no chance to win when you break records. How does that not hurt the psyche? You know what I'm saying? Whereas, yes, you're right. Nothing is really counted as close besides horseshoes and hand grenades. Nick Bosa's been to the Super Bowl twice. Still an accomplishment to at least make it there. Have a chance, a fighting chance to make and win a Super Bowl versus you wake up, your 9 to 5 is you're just losing. Every day for 15 years. That's got to be exhausting.
It just must be fun to be Myles Garrett and just destroy people every day.
I mean,
mercilessly.
He's good. He's good. All right. Well, look, I thought you were going to do a little bit more talking with that. Let's get a little bit more spicy then. Ooh, I got one right here. Nick Bosa doesn't have anything better option would be Richard Seymour. Seymour's got championship rings. I ain't talking about past players. I'm talking about right now, right in the league, right now.
Richard Seymour also has some sketchy stuff in his bowl. Nick Bosa does too. So I don't know. Let's go. Moving on.
Moving on to question number 2. My guy, because we're in the land of refurbished quarterbacks, and both teams are in a really good spot. Would you rather have Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts as your lock for the rest of your ownership career, or would you rather have Sam Darnold in the Seattle Seahawks in your ownership career?
So my approach in this is like irrespective of team. Like I'm getting a franchise, and this is gonna be my
quarterback. There's no other guy from here on out. There's not a chance for a first-round overall pick. He is locked into your team for the rest of your tenure.
Give me Sam Darnold on this one.
Ooh, Sammy D, former top 5 pick. Why is that?
I'm gonna go. So I want stability, right? Like both quarterbacks, I'm gonna feel shaky either way, right? Like I know Daniel Jones has had an excellent season. I think both of us really like what he's done, but we both have had this conversation on several occasions. We love the Colts, but man, Jones scares us. Sam Darnold, at least, like I've seen him do it in 2 places now. Right? He's done it in Seattle and in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I feel like irrespective of system, Sam Darnold is probably the safer choice.
It's weird to say that because he's coming from a Jets team, right? Coming from a Panthers team that like you didn't really see that. But his last 2 stints, that one being obviously Minnesota having the league's best record. Did they have the league's best record last year?
I don't think they were the 1 seed.
Okay, but they lost it in the last week. But okay, they were a 2 seed, and then they lost in the first round of the playoffs. Yes, and now Daniel Jones, who we saw was won't say the word bust in New York, but it literally was not working out for them. So like, I don't mind the Sam Darnold pick. I think I was more leaning towards Daniel Jones. Reason being is I think they just have a more complete team. There really isn't a running game in Seattle. Kenneth Walker he gets you to the 5-yard line and then hand it off to Charbonnet. But at least if you got, who's the running back in Indy? Jonathan Taylor. Terrible with names. You got Jonathan Taylor. You could take one off for 70 yards and take that pressure off your back. So weird that you went with Sam Darnold on this one.
Yeah, maybe Daniel Jones is like we have the perfect marriage of coordinator and player, and it's working out really well in their favor. But Sam Darnold, I just feel like maybe there's a little more stability. Like if I remove Daniel Jones from Steichen, that offense is as good as he's been this year. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, let's get even more spicier for question number 3. One team coming off of an L, probably a loss that should have been a win. Another team coming off of a win that you weren't expecting them to win. So my question now is, with the Bengals just losing and the Ravens just winning, would you rather be in Joe Burrow's situation or Lamar Jackson's situation with your respective teams?
As far as this year?
As far as this year, not talking about long term, I'm talking about right now. You are a 2-6 team with the Ravens, or you are a 3-4 team with the Bengals coming off an L.
Am I saying both of them are healthy tomorrow?
I am saying they are about to come back to their teams. Yes.
I think Joe Burrow's still like 3 weeks away, and Lamar's should be closer than that. But let's just say hypothetically,
they're both coming back right now.
We give them magic pills. They're both back tomorrow. I think I'd rather be Lamar Jackson.
Ooh, explain why. They got more L's.
They got more L's, but they are on paper a better team, right? We talk about injuries. The Bengals are bad, mostly just because of their roster construction. We talked about before the season even started. They're going to have to put up 35 points to win a game, right? Whereas the Ravens, we really liked the defense coming into the year. They played a couple tough matchups right off the jump, and then they had a ton of injuries. And hypothetically, some of these guys should be coming back. So, I think the Ravens situation, as far as a whole organization, their whole roster is much better. If you're only giving me one game, I'll take Lamar Jackson with a better roster than Joe Burrow, even if he comes back tomorrow with the defense that we know was trash.
It's funny because a couple of weeks ago we were just saying I think it's time for the Ravens to pack it in.
I still think it is, by the way.
Honestly, I want to say because of that loss from the Steelers last night, it opened the door for them to come back, and I'm not going to say win the division, but it's possible because you allowed Tyler Huntley to get a win that they probably shouldn't have gotten, right? If Cooper Rush was still out there, they'd probably lose.
That was shocking, by the way.
Yes, Snoop Huntley did his job. Derrick Henry was back to being Derrick Henry. And you want to know why? Again, football 101. What does Snoop Huntley, even if he's not the greatest passer, what does he have as an advantage over Cooper Rush when it comes to them being in the shotgun?
The threat of running is what you're going to say.
Threat of the read option. Derrick Henry, just because you have somebody out there that might be fast, you have to think between, do we go after the quarterback or do we go after the running back? That instance of thought gives him a running start for it. So, and we saw him go off. A couple of touchdowns, the most he's had all season. Like that little bit of, I would say, confidence is going to give them what I believe a little bit of a run when Lamar comes back. Obviously, there's some little shadiness going on in the background with that. I know you hinted at it not really hinted, but you talked about it in the recap.
Yeah, so I came on the podcast last week and said something to the effect of Lamar Jackson will have the big O tag again this week. I thought he was going to be out this past week, which he was. And I think the Tuesday practice report came out, or it was Tuesday or Wednesday practice report, and he was listed as a full participant in practice. Meaning, if you're a full participant, that means you don't do anything different. You take all the normal reps in practice. You're with the first team, second team, whatever on the field. And then it came out afterwards that he just did stuff on the side by himself, which is a limited participant. So I think they were trying to kind of put a smoke screen that Lamar would come back to kind of throw off the Bears' scent. So the NFL is investigating that, and that could levy fines, maybe loss of a late round draft pick. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised because number one, Tyler Huntley, last time we saw him was with the Dolphins, and good God, that was a disaster. Mike McDaniels, you're on watch, buddy. And secondarily to that, the Bears have been playing really good before that game. Absolute letdown.
I think the Bears had won 4 in a row.
Yeah, the Bears were on a little bit of a heater. We thought they kind of figured it out. But quietly, the past 2 games, Caleb Williams, I think, no touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yes.
Something to keep your eye on.
For sure. And that's why I said I think that I'm looking at it, it's the Bengals have more wins. But the Ravens, like you said, they're kind of becoming back a little bit healthier. I'm with you with it. I think I would much rather prefer, even though their defenses are kind of shot. One of them is injury plagued. One of them is just a terrible defense. So who knows what they come back to. But the Ravens are a little bit more of a complete team on offense, running and passing the ball and protecting their quarterback. Lamar didn't get really hurt because of a sack. He got hurt because he's Lamar.
So were you agreeing with me?
Yeah, I would say I would take Lamar in this situation, even though the Bengals have a better record.
Okay.
All right, this one is for you, but Mr. Matthew, if he's still in the chat, I'm sure he would like this one because you talked so much crap about Justin Fields.
Jets. Jets. Jets.
But there's also another team that I don't know what the hell is going on direction-wise. So you're an owner. Would you rather be the owner of the New York Jets or the Las Vegas Raiders?
That's an easy one. Well, first, I don't want to be. I don't be.
Don't wish this on anyone.
I don't want to be Woody Johnson. That dude makes terrible decisions. Matt knows.
Let's say you're the owner. Which team would you rather
take over as the owner? Las Vegas sounds cool. They got a nice stadium, but I'm going with the Jets here. Jets, Jets.
What?
Why do you ask? Because while both teams are absolute garbage, I feel like the Jets are the closest to the floor. Which, if that makes any sense, right? You know
what their bottom out is.
You acquire Geno if you're the Raiders, right? You have some pieces in place. You just re-sign Max Crosby to a big deal. The team's awful, right? You already have money on the books. The Jets, it's like, okay, I can ship out. Wow, easy.
Brees Hall.
I love how Matt, who the Jets fan, is like, I'll be the Raiders. But yeah, you could ship out Brees Hall. You could ship out some of their young pieces and rebuild. Like the floor is closer if you're the Jets. So I think from a perspective of, hey, we know we're trash and we're ready to rebuild this thing. I think the Jets are closer to a full, oh God, this is the worst thing ever. We are ready to rebuild than the Raiders. Because the Raiders actually still might believe they're good. Although, you know what? I'm trying to talk myself back now. The Raiders do have Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. No, I'd rather be the Jets. I'd rather restart next year with a brand new everything.
I think I would be in agreement with you. Reason being is there's no direction with the Raiders, with them having, I think we talked about this last week, having one of the worst offensive lines in football last year while they had 3 different quarterbacks. And in their first round overall pick, they chose a running back. That doesn't really make any sense. And later on in the draft, instead of picking another lineman, I'm sure Brock Bowers is going to be a great talent. Well, you picked a tight end, right? You addressed absolutely nothing in the draft, which means that what is the future when you bring in a Geno Smith, right? With the Jets, yeah, I'm not saying that, Justin Fields is the answer, but he shows flashes. That's what sucks. And he did the same thing when he was in Pittsburgh, and then he did the same thing when he was in Chicago. He needs structure, it seems like. I don't know if Aaron Glenn is going to be. I'm doing really good with these names today. I'm trying. I don't know if Aaron Glenn is the right suit immediately for that structure, but we'll find out. He's going to finish this year with 1 offensive coordinator and 1 head coach, compared to when he was in Chicago. I think he had 3 head coaches and 6 offensive coordinators in 4 years. What stability is there? So, yeah, I'm with you on this. I'm taking the Jets. It's crazy to think that I'd rather be the owner of a 1-7 team over a 2-5, but I just think the Raiders are such a shit show when it comes to what is their actual direction as a franchise.
I'm with you.
Cool. This one is for me. I'm gonna ask you the question, but I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this, and I need to know why. I want to know your reason behind this. But both of these guys, I feel they were overdrafted. I feel like there was no need for you to have either one of them on the team, but ownership decided it. Ownership brought it this way to be like, hey, this is the direction we're going here, and we're going this direction with this guy. So, Mr. QB guy, would you rather have the quarterback in New Orleans, Tyler Shuck, or would you rather have the quarterback in Cleveland, Dylan Gabriel?
I know exactly why you're setting this up.
I'm sure you do. That's why I was waiting for this one to be the last one.
Because you don't want to talk about either of these guys is what it comes down to. But I will say this. If I had to pick a starting quarterback, I haven't even really seen Tyler Shuck play, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, it's bad.
How big is he?
Probably 6'2", 220.
Give me Tyler Shuck. Dylan Gabriel.
Why? Because he's short?
Can't even see over the line. He's a Dollar General Drew Brees over there. To be fair, it's really hard to evaluate Dylan Gabriel in this offense. This team is bad. This team is real bad on offense, the Browns.
What? A pass? Go ahead. Keep going.
You think the Browns offense is any good?
I think they have a dominant running back. They have weapons on the outside, whether it's Judy, the tight end, Njoku, or I'm pretty sure there's another wide receiver that they have. What else do you need to surround a rookie quarterback besides
the offensive line is horrendous?
I'll give you that. I will give you that. But when you're 5'5", it really doesn't matter who
I will say with the Shuck thing, I haven't seen enough. You've seen preseason, so you've seen enough Tyler Shuck, probably more than you ever want to see at this point. But I think I would go Shuck because there's more unknown. I mean, he was with the 3rd round pick. He had the highest pedigree coming into the draft of the 2 quarterbacks, right? So,
he's 26 years old, by the way.
Oof. Why would they do that? Why would you guys do that? Yeah, I mean, I would rather. Can I just start a Wildcat quarterback?
Yeah, Taysom Hill, if you want.
Yeah. If you put that in Taysom Hill, I might go Taysom Hill.
It's incredible, but I don't even want to answer this one. Tell you the truth, I don't want either one of them. I really don't. If I had to start, and I looked at it, Shuck is a little bit bigger. He's 6'5", so I'll give you that. I would have to take Tyler Shuck, and that's insane. I don't know if you've actually watched Dylan Gabriel play, and more information that's been provided to me because now I'm stuck in the Browns algorithm. I'm hearing their podcast. Yeah, it's bad. I'm hearing their radio calls when I'm on social media, people that are from their radio station. It's so bad.
Can I quickly interject?
Go ahead.
I would imagine that you say you listen to Browns podcast or Browns radio.
So bad.
I imagine that when you die and go to hell and you're in the waiting room, they just play Browns football FM radio for you to listen to on loop.
That's it. Over and 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 over, like Marshawn said. Yes, it's so bad. But no, these like there's points that we don't obviously hit on the show. We're not a Cleveland Browns podcast by any means. But like they've brought up that Dillon Gabriel, since he got drafted, has been taking number one reps, like from camp, from preseason to where he's at, to learn this offense. The offense was built around him, not Joe Flacco. So for you to see this 4 games in, telling you, man, like I've said it before, game 1 is your best chance to have the best game because nobody has any tape on you. Tape 2 is your response game. Game 3 is the one that you figure out if you have the guy or not. There is nothing that you're going to tell me that Dillon Gabriel has shown that he is a starting quarterback or the guy for Cleveland, which would mean put in the backup. But we have no idea who the backup is.
Bailey Zappi.
Bailey fucking Zappi. Yeah, I know I'm cursing. I apologize. But Bailey Zappi is the backup. Like, that's Cleveland got a whole lot going on. I wouldn't even give you the who would you rather, Cleveland or New York. I would take New York. There's no team that I would take before I would take the Cleveland Browns right now. Like, that's how I would probably take the Raiders over the Cleveland Browns. That's how in shambles that organization is.
Are you just upset because they're not starting Shador?
I just don't understand. I'm not even upset that they're not starting him. I'm upset at this runaround that we're being given because he's not playing. I don't understand that part, because you said it in our chat. Maybe he just sucks. Well, then what the hell does he's got to be the worst quarterback in the history of sports if we've seen what Dillon Gabriel has been on as a product, and Shador Sanders is worse than him.
I mean, I'll say this. Regardless of what they really want to do, I think if they were going to go to Shador, it would be like at the end of the season anyways. Like, they wanted to give Gabriel like a good runway to get some tape. We're 8 weeks into this thing? There's still half of a season to go. It's not saying we won't see Shador, and then maybe your outrage will be quelled a little bit. But again, I feel like you keep getting caught up on the idea that he was on a mock draft a year ago. He was the number 1 pick.
Past that.
And how is he not playing now?
Past that. We're past that. It's no longer involved with college. We're 3 months into the NFL season. This is all game film from what we saw from preseason and what we're seeing in the regular season from both what Joe Flacco was doing and what Dillon Gabriel was doing. That's where I'm at with it.
Well, at some point we'll get our answer, Dean. You will stop peppering me with text about Shador Sanders. I don't know how you got caught in the algorithm. You're like, I see news all the time about him. Like, I haven't heard about Shador Sanders in like 4 weeks.
Because I watched one video. I do it as a job. All right. It's called display and retargeting. As soon as you stop on a video and you listen or you watch it for more than like 15 seconds, you're telling the social media platforms, feed him more of this. And so now every time I log in, the first thing I see, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, is something to do with the Browns. And it's infuriating. I got to stop. Paying attention.
Well, hopefully all the Halloween content going around, people clicking on it, it gives us a little bump because, you're podcasting with the ghost today.
Spooky season. I love it. All right. I got a bonus one for you because it didn't take as long as I wanted to, which isn't a bad thing. I think we could wrap today up pretty quickly, which is pretty good because I'm tired. But I got a bonus one for you. It's not NFL related, though. It is involved with football, and it does have to do with this school right here because both of these careers falling off a cliff. A lot of things that are happening. So I got a question for you, Trudeau. Bonus. Would you rather at this very moment be Brian Kelly or Bill Belichick?
Is this even a question? Everyone knows the answer to this.
Please don't say that this is an easy one.
This is so easy.
Oh, my goodness. I want to hear why.
I guarantee you 100% that Bill Belichick sees Brian Kelly getting fired and getting $53 million and being like, and I'll try to do my best Bill Belichick voice. Mark, can I be why do I sound like
that sounds Southern? That sounded like you were trying to be Brian Kelly when he was trying to be Southern.
Bill, he always grumpy. He's like, wish I could be Brian Kelly right now. $53 million. Now I gotta be at this shitty ass school, losing all these games, being embarrassed. Why can't they just fire me and give me my
I'm
buyout?
giving Belichick a
Bill
Southern.
Belichick, 100% right now wants to be fired from UNC.
Oh,
He
okay.
so badly wants to be out of this position. And the biggest thing is they probably don't want to give him his money. Here's two things going on. UNC wants to get rid of Bill Belichick.
Oh,
Bill
bad.
Belichick wants to get out of UNC, but nobody's blinking because there's the buyout money on the line. And they're like, "Hey, Bill, maybe you want to try to find another job?" He's like, "No, I'm happy here. Why don't you give me my money?" Meanwhile, Brian Kelly's loser ass. Oh, that's kind of mean. Brian
Is
Kelly
it though?
loses a lot of games
Mhm.
at LSU. Let me rephrase that. His $53 million to just go away. That's awesome. I would take anyone. Like if someone just in my life is just like, Steve, go away, leave me alone forever. $53 million, sign me up. I'm here for that.
Cool. So you're thinking about it money wise, not thinking about it career or legacy wise.
I mean, Bill Belichick's career and legacy, it's a joke now, but he still has the NFL Patriots thing. You would rather be Brian Kelly like right now?
I think right now I would much rather be Brian Kelly. I don't think you understand how detrimental to his legacy this experiment in North Carolina
Okay,
is doing to Bill Belichick.
but the one thing that you are overlooking is that the damage is done. Remember the video of the Patriots getting caught cheating, and the guy's like, "The damage is done, my friend.
No.
The damage is done for Bill Belichick. At this point, there's no going back. So, like, yeah, get your buyout, get out of here, just be done. There's no going back. His legacy is already a laughing stock at the end. It's not going to get any better. It was keeping his job going to be any better?
I don't know. That's the tough part. Like he's well, we used to think that Bill Belichick was one of the greatest coaches in sports history. We're not even just talking about football. We're talking about sports when it comes to discipline. What was the phrase that was
Do your
always
job.
do your job? Yes, that's stupid shit. But like the do your job Patriots way, like that was a thing for 20 years, right? And since Brady has left, everything about that like sentiment has just been a nosedive. Brady winning Super Bowl in Tampa a couple of years after, the Mac Jones experiment, the Cam Newton experiment, whoever else came in after Bailey Zappi was there for some time. What like fake? Yeah, exactly. Southern fake. All right, let me read this out loud. What legacy does fake Southern Kelly have? Being the only coach in LSU over 20 years that didn't win a national championship by year 4, by the way. That's how quick the turnarounds are for the LSU coaches. They come in, they usually have the leftovers from the coach prior when it comes to recruits, whether it's juniors and seniors. Then you bring in a wave of your first and second year recruits. You mesh them together. Happened for Nick Saban, won a national championship. Happened for Les Miles, won a national championship. Happened for Ed Orgeron, won a national championship. Brian Kelly comes in, leaves nothing but L's. That's it. And corny ass videos they did with recruits that he ended up having them decommit. Now I'm going off on a tangent. But even though he's did all this, I'd still rather be in his shoes over Bill Belichick right now because of the damage that this school is doing to Bill for time denounced to football.
We're on the same page then. I said I'd rather be Brian Kelly.
Yes. I thought you were saying at first you'd rather be Bill Belichick.
No,
No, you said
hell
you take his
no.
money. Yeah, we're on the same team. Yeah. He's disagreeing with us. Man, Quincy is saying he'd rather be Bill Belichick.
At this very moment, $53 million sounds great to just
A lot of money.
take the things else. And you know what, Brian Kelly, we can joke about him. And I know there's lofty expectations at LSU. They're still 5-3 this year. He still had fun. They still won a lot of games. Bill, I mean, I know it's not what you want, but Bill Belichick at UNC is
They're bad.
not fun. It's not fun.
They said on the news, it was like, and we'll recap Bill Belichick's incredible path, incredible legacy, something like that, which made me think about this because I was like, what legacy in North Carolina does you have? Supposed to be a pipeline to the NFL. Nobody wants to go to that school.
I was going to ask you before the show, but you said just hold the thought. What irrational thoughts are you having on LSU as far as your next coach? Because I know you're probably thinking the most craziest shit right now.
They've tapered. Okay,
you're like, please dig up Vince Lombardi and bring him back to life, and he'll be the head coach. Like that's fine. It's on. Like we'll do that.
No, so the when they let him go, or when they dismissed, right? When I got the news, I got the text. Thank you, Shefty. Appreciate it for texting me directly. When the news broke that they were dismissing him, I had lofty expectations. Like, oh, let's go get this. Got to get Prime. I said it right away. Text Prime to LSU. And then as time has gone for recruiting, okay.
I got one better in a second.
Well, I have the two that I'm looking for. Okay, at least I'll three, maybe 4. Prime was, and since I've come off of cloud nine of like them removing, Brian Kelly as head coach, I've kind of been like, I don't want Dion. He's got health issues. He would bring his staff. I don't want his staff. Like, I like him as the coach. I don't like what he would bring with them. I don't want Warren Sapp. I don't want old NFL players. I don't want none of that. I want offensive juggernauts when it comes to offensive minds. So my first one, which they said earlier today, I was like, yeah, throw the bag at him. I don't care how much it costs. You make $10 million a game, 100,000 seats, $100 a ticket. You make $10 million a game. I don't want to hear it. Go after Marcus Freeman. I think that name, hear me out, that name in itself, he's a Southern boy that the culture would fit best for him. If not Marcus Freeman, I'll throw out one more name and I'll let you go. You got to go after Lane Kiffin. He knows everything about the SEC. He's gone up when it comes to offensive coordinator at Alabama. Great offensive mind. He gets the promotion to go to Ole Miss. He's not going to get over the hump at Ole Miss because of the resources that they have, the recruiting pipelines. If Lane Kiffin goes to LSU, he's up there when it comes to upper echelons of coaching and the team that you have underneath you.
I was going to say, if I had to put money on who would be the next LSU head coach, it's Lane Kiffin. That would be my bet, because if one thing we know about Lane Kiffin, he's a mercenary. Whoever will throw the bag at him, a bigger bag, he will go there.
Yeah.
And he's been successful every step along the way. And again, like you said, he knows the SEC. He's proven it with we need to understand a little bit about college football. Ole Miss. The history of Ole Miss
is bad.
They are not a college football juggernaut. They had to ban the Confederate flag from going into Ole Miss Stadium because it was bad for recruiting for obvious reasons. He turned Ole Miss into what? Where are they ranked now? They top 5?
They were top 5. They just lost a couple weeks ago, so they might be top 10 still.
Okay. Well, he turned them into a perennial powerhouse.
Yeah. The last couple of years, they've been relevant, yes.
Give Lane Kiffin that old LSU money. Ooh, let that man cook.
Yeah,
they will have a great offense.
And that's what I'm looking for, is the offensive mind. Marcus Freeman would be great. I think for the culture, he would fit perfect.
I like that too.
For Kiffin also has trash. Yeah, and this was the third guy that I was talking about, Dan Lanning up in Oregon. He's not winning anything in Oregon. I don't care what they do, what they say. Oregon is not. They're not a recruiting powerhouse. But you talked about mercenary. Dan Lanning doesn't play. He didn't play that shit. Like he is. We came here. What did he say against Colorado? They're here for clicks. We're here for wins. Like that. Like he's that type of coach that's like he'll talk his talk if he has to. So I think that would be a good target, because I just don't think Oregon has the ceiling as an SEC team does. And if he's trying to get fulfilled as a coaching for his like coaching expectations, I think he needs to go somewhere else.
I don't know what his contract situation is. I think maybe he just re-upped, but another one, which would be a hot name, is, do you know who Kirk Cignetti is?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Head coach of Indiana, who is currently
He just resigned. Yeah. I didn't know that was his name, but I know the head coach in Indiana. Really good coach. Turned that program around from absolutely nothing, a basketball school, to they look good right now. They look good to back-to-back years of dominant Indiana football. So I'll give him that. And he took a bunch of James Madison kids with them. So that helps, right? You get people that are at a dominant school for D1 AA. Until now, I don't want Joe Brady. For those that are listening and not watching, question was asked, how about Joe Brady? No, I think that ship has sailed. People have also joked about Ed Orgeron coming back. I loved Coach O, but I don't want that. I don't want that again. I think there was a magic that Joe Brady and Coach O had with Joe Burrow that people would try to search for again. And it's not happening, right? You're not rekindling that fire from that 2020 team. Let Joe Brady go pro, finish what he's got like as an actual job. Coach O, I love you. I respect you. You brought us a title, the best team to ever do it. But I don't want those. We talk about rehashed coaches all the time. I don't want to do that. I want a promoted coach that's successful at their job. And then there's the one that is the knight in shining armor. Have you heard about this one? Bringing back Nick Saban. The job that got away, the biggest regret that he has gone online on reports and said, my biggest regret in my sports career is leaving LSU. Dog, if the rumors are true, I don't care how old he is. If Nick Saban came back,
I love this.
I would have to take like 3 weeks PTO and would be Forrest Gump running across country. And my jogger just full happiness. Man, take care of the kids. I'm just jogging, just running pure happiness like a pig in shit. Like I wouldn't know how to celebrate if the name in my phone popped up and said Nick Saban is returning to LSU football. I would lose my mind.
It's funny because you're the one who's like, I don't want any more retread coaches, but
those are not retreads. Orgeron would be a retread.
Yeah.
He's losing prior to Joe Brady. He's already left.
I will say I liked the segment. The questions were challenging. I had no idea what was coming through the pipeline. I appreciate that. Bring some more segments. I like this. I like being the recipient of the heat.
Dog, it's not easy. Okay, this one I just happened. The ball started rolling because I saw what's his name, Myles Garrett get that last sack, and I was just like, that's the biggest waste of talent. Like, he's just there.
Top 5. We need a top 5 in the future. Top 5 biggest wastes of talent in professional sports.
Do that too. We had another one that was a really good. Ooh, I like that.
Top 5 best hangs in sports. We had that one too.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I mean, I could go back and take a look at this list. I don't want to do it right now, but at some point, damn, Brian Kelly, Tigers, Kelvin Shepherd. We must have been talking shit about Brian Kelly on September 15th because I got his name right. I got his name right here.
We're always talking shit about Brian Kelly.
I wish we had a producer for me to go back to the show 4 years ago when we started doing this and he got hired and I was like, "Don't, this is a bad hire." Like I remember vividly saying, "This is a bad hire. It's not going to work out. He'll get us 10 wins and he'll get us the recruiting classes. 10 wins is not going to be enough at LSU." And it hasn't been.
All right. Good show today. Let's hit up the closing takes and get out of here.
The show is coming to an end. But first, it's time to get to anything we've missed. It's closing time. 1 segment, 2 takes. Now go.
All right, y'all. Closing takes is a chance for me and D to get off one last take of the day. It can be sports, can be pop culture, can be whatever you want. D, I'm kicking us off today. I have one that I can guarantee you are not going to say. Are you ready? Wrong person.
I'm ready, but you put me on the camera.
I want to bring you a story from the world of boxing. I stumbled upon this week, and it's hilarious. It's a story of perseverance, of never giving up, of following your dreams. D, a boxer named Jake Pollard fought this weekend. He took an L, dropping his career record in professional boxing to 1 win, 100 losses. He's lost 51 consecutive fights, this Jake Pollard. And talk about never giving up on your dreams. He's scheduled to fight 20 times in 2025. Jake Pollard, this ghost salutes you for your perseverance to getting your ass beat every week in a sport you love. I would have gave up fighting 51 fights ago after you, before you lost 51 straight. But you know what? Hats off to you, my friend. You know what that means? That means this guy, Jake Pollard, he's 1 in 100, so he must have lost 49 consecutive fights. Finally got that 1 win. He was about to give up, got that taste of a win, and said, I'm going to keep on my dream. And then he got his ass beat 51 straight times after that. Salute to you, sir, for never giving up on your dreams.
That's got to be the craziest statistic in boxing history. Like, how many? I'll look it up. But like,
Jake Pollard,
how many of these are knockouts, and how many of them are just decisions? Because if it's decisions, cool. He's getting the bag. But if it's like 100 losses, 79 knockouts, that's a lot of times hitting that canvas, bro.
All I know was the last fight that I saw that was on Reddit where I got the story was him getting knocked out. So
So he's probably got a lot of knockouts.
We talk about Tua's brain. This man is beyond scribbled eggs at this point.
Oh my goodness. Good one though. That's a good one. I don't got spooky season, so you ain't got a solo on me for this one, but I got one for you. Bringing it back. You want to talk about determination though, and put the team on my back though. You know, old Greg Jennings and Darren Sharper, or what you just said, never give up, never surrender. My closing take is going out to one Justin Jolly. Who is that, you may ask? A wide receiver from the University of North Carolina State who caught a pass about the 30-yard line, tore his hamstring, and put the team on his back, though. Ran for another 29 yards, hopping on one leg with a torn hamstring. Put the team on his back, though, for a 59-yard touchdown.
What?
You will go down in history as the real-life Greg Jennings, who put the team on his back with a broken leg. No, I cannot believe I watched this shit happen.
What is his name? I need it again.
Justin Jolie or Jolly. It's 1L. So if I mispronounce it, I apologize. I'm down here in Raleigh, so he's right down the road at NC State. This man caught a pass and blew a tire at the 30-yard line. It literally, the game day 98, like hopping into the end zone. And his teammates, like, he doesn't say, pitch me the ball. He's blocking for him. And he's like, dog, I just tore my hamstring. And he carries it. They lost the game, but the fact that he will be known for this for the rest of his life, it goes down as like one of the best scoring touchdowns of all time. Because we all know back in Madden 06, the Greg Jennings did it with a broken leg, though. Put the team on my back, though. That YouTube video that went viral when YouTube was very, very, very new of Greg Jennings breaking his leg and scoring a touchdown in Madden. This dude literally tore his hamstring at the 30 and just hopped as best as he could 30 yards for a touchdown. So shouts, salute, cap off, whatever it is. I hope you never have to buy a drink in the city of Raleigh or Durham, wherever NC State is for the rest of your life.
That story is amazing. And I like how we just went complete opposites on the feels, for this. I did want to shout out who was it? It was the Broncos. Did you see the Broncos Cowboys game?
Bits and pieces.
Did you see the defensive lineman that got the interception? I wanted to get his name properly. DeAndre Tillman. My man picked off Dak Prescott, and he looked like a 300-pound running back. He truck sticked Javonte Williams, juked out a couple offensive linemen. I thought he was going to the house. This man was trucking, like running as fast as he could, got a 36-yard interception return. And it wasn't just like open space. He was bobbing and weaving, trucking people, looking like a running back at 300 pounds. Last name was Tillman. It was something that I was like, go, big man, go. I was hoping to sneak it to the house.
On National Tight End Day, it's good. It's great to see non-playmakers make plays, because there was your guy from the Bucks, Anthony Nelson, who had a one-handed interception on Spencer Rattler and then stiff-armed him to the friggin' ground to score a touchdown. A pick six from the 10-yard line. That, I was like, that, and that's what got him benched. That's what got Spencer Rattler benched, was a D-end. He didn't even jump. He just stuck his hand up, caught it one-handed, and then with the other hand, stiff-armed Spencer Rattler to the ground, and then walked into the end zone for a touchdown.
Was that Spencer Rattler's last pass?
It was his last pass as a New Orleans Saint. Yes.
If there's anything that's metaphorical to your career, is a grown man stiffing your ass to the ground as you lose your job. That's when you got to hang up the boots, kid.
Oh, the Saints are in such shambles, dude. It's exhausting. Sunday afternoon to just pull up the game and be like, well, let's see how we're going to disappoint Darian for the rest of the day. Like, it just hurts.
Do the fans have the bags yet?
No, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They still think that we have a chance because we're the Saints. So good for them. But no, we're not the worst team in the NFL. We're just one of the worst teams in the NFL, and we haven't accepted it yet.
I would love next week to talk about the biggest disappointments in the NFL season. Because
Okay.
there are teams, players, coaches that are just so disappointing that we had some expectations for. I was thinking specifically talking about the Saints thinking they have a chance, the Falcons.
No, well, the Falcons had a chance until Michael Penix Jr. went out, and we all realized
Even when he was out in
that
there, they
team-
weren't that great.
No, they were very mid. But when you Kirk Cousins, hey, big dog, get that check, baby. Put your legs up and just go home every night because my goodness, he does not belong off of a couch. There's a reason why they went to Penix Jr. because it's bad.
Well, D, good show today. Thank you for the segment. I had a great time. I had a great time talking to you. Thank you, Matt, for being here and other people in the chat. It's always a pleasure to have your comments and interactions. D, as always, can you get us out here right, please?
Of course. I need to find a way to put this script somewhere so I say the same thing over and over each week. But when we getting up out of here, like Trudeau said, we couldn't appreciate you all anymore, whether you're in the chat, whether you're just watching and you're lurking, or you listen to us tomorrow. Gizo, appreciate you. We love the GBA love. Please find us on all of our platforms. When we're streaming live, you can find us on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Next day, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is you find your podcast. Usually, we put the QR code in the top left. It's not there right now. Don't worry about it. But the biggest platform we have, it's going crazy. Find us on TikTok. We love it. The little snips, the little highlights, all the comments, all the likes. I think we're close to 100 likes, or excuse me, 1,000 likes, which is pretty cool. Keep it up. We love the momentum that we have. Website's also usually at the bottom, frizzandthegrizz.com. One of these days, we're going to get some gear for y'all, sweatshirts, hoodies, all that jazz. But as we say, when we get up out of here, please, please, please be a friend. Say something nice. You never know what it could do for someone. Make sure to take care of y'all mentals. It's not the summertime, but we can still take care of our physicals. Take care of y'all chicken. Take care of y'all children. Happy spooky season, and we'll catch y'all on the rebound. Peace.
The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.